there's the very top of the lake. Here the pads that I'm fishing. Down at the bottom, there's the big island that I was fishing on the side of last time, and those other pads. Oh, I'm in. Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing really well. Now, you join me here at my new syndicate. The owner has said I can film at this new syndicate, however he doesn't want me to make people aware where the actual lake is, so I can't really go into details apart from saying it's in North Wales. But yeah, the stock of this syndicate that I've just joined, they've got common mirror and grass carp. The common and mirror carp go to about £32 or so, sometimes a little bit bigger, but anything from say £30 to £33 give or take. And there is actually a couple of big grass carp that go up to £35, but there is quite a lot of high teen grass carp, and then low 20 grass carp as well, so a nice little bit of a mix of commons, mirrors and grass carp. I know not everyone loves grass carp, but I don't mind catching one, firstly because I've never caught one before, so if I can catch a big grass carp and potentially a PB in general for carp, if I can get one over £30, so that'll be amazing. This lake does have bream in, so I'm a bit worried because I am going to be using 12mm pop-ups, so hopefully I don't get plagued by bream on my first session. But it's a lovely lake. It's probably about 2 acres. There's loads of lily pad beds, a couple of islands, margins are really good, but just because it's the very first time I've come to this new syndicate, there's a car park directly at the back of this umbrella. The car park is, and literally I didn't know anything about the lake. I thought, right, that looks like a pretty spot on peg to me. And next to my umbrella there's a picnic table. There's a couple of picnic tables across around the lake, and I've got a picnic table right next to it. I would be showing you on there, but as you can probably hear under the umbrella, it is raining, so I haven't done my intro there. But without further ado, let's get into my tactics, my baits, etc., and I'll show you the lake. So as I said, my brolly, nice little picnic table to set up half my gear. Car's there, so this was the lazy spot. But have a look at this lake for stunning. Multiple sets of lily pads all throughout the lake. There's the island. So here's my peg that'll be on. And I think, not 100%, but I'll probably be dropping one in this channel and then one in the grooves of these lily pads. But yeah, there's another little island. That's pretty much a point. That's another small island. The lake obviously goes round here, so it's a bit more of a space. But every peg I've walked around, and every peg is stunning on here. So let's get on to showing the rigs. But my rig setup for this session today, from speaking to a few of the syndicate members on here, they did mention to me pretty much most pegs on the lake, there is quite a bit of silt, probably 4 to 6 inches pretty much on most pegs, which to be fair, I did assume with the big pads, big sets of lily pads on the lake. As you know, through the winter they die down, turns into silt. So yeah, I assume there probably would be a bit of silt, 4 to 6 inches, that isn't too bad. So with that in mind, what I've done, I've put on a lead core leader, and I've put a helicopter setup with my favourite rig, a spinner rig, on probably about a 7 to 8 inch boom, and I've got there a 12mm Matcha Hatch OG Fish pop-up by Parker Baits, freshest bait in the game. But yeah, I've done that. Again, I don't want to be spending ages finding spots. I want to get a bait in, know I'm presented, and then sprinkle some baits over it, see if I can snag a fish. Exact same rig setup, lead core leader, helicopter setup. Just this one is a 12mm OG Fruit and Nut by Parker Baits. I wanted to go white just to see if fluoro baits have a bit more of a, obviously a kick in this water. With it being a little bit silty and murkier, might be white stands out a lot better and they go for it. So I need to unlock this water, find out what works, what doesn't. So I thought I'd go with Match a Hatch OG fish on one, and a fruity bait and a flora bait at that on the other. Let's get these rods cast out and let's hopefully bag you a fish. My left hand rod is on OG fish, Match a Hatch 12mm pop-ups, and there's my loose offerings, 15 and 18 mils glugged up and with the magic dust on them. And then again, fruit and nut in whites, 12mm pop-ups, and then the fruit and nut 15s and 18 mils glugged up and with the magic dust. So like I say, I'll do probably a scoop or so of each around there. That should be enough for a bite. And my backup particle bait as well, I've got sweet corn, but as I say, I'm a little bit apprehensive with there being a good few bream in here, so I might do 1 or 2 scoops on my right hand rod where's fruit and nut, because as you would have noticed, I did throw in a little bit more OG fish boilies on my left hand rod. So yeah, I'll chuck probably a scoop of this on the right hand rod and take it from there, guys. I can't say that was the start I wanted. What a greedy little roach. Right guys, it's currently about 10:30, probably there's about 10-15 more minutes of light before it starts proper dropping off into darkness, so I'll probably get my head down soon, and hopefully in the next couple of hours one of these rods will go off with a carp this time, not a greedy roach. Morning guys, it's 5 o'clock and this is my second bream, dirty bream. I got woke up at, I think it was about 1:30 last night to a bream screaming off on my Match a Hatch OG fish bait. Actually that thing, when unhooking it on the mat, my hook got stuck in my finger, so that was a nice little wake up. And then yeah, that one's just gone. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, so hopefully we can get away from nasty bream and get a carp soon. Right guys, my middle rod that's just off these lilies has gone off again. That was on 11mm OG fish pop-up, but you guessed it, the old nemesis as it were. Mr. Bream has come back to haunt me again. Bit better bream, but still, it's a bream. Yuck. As that's my second or third bream, I've also had a roach all on like 12mm pop-ups. I'm going to have to do something because I'm not getting plagued by these fish. So what I've done on my left hand rod, I've put a standard 14mm bottom bait fruit and nut boilie and obviously a 12mm pop-up. Hopefully, basically like a snowman rig for this. Hopefully that's enough to start getting the carp taking it instead of these breams, so we'll see. Changed my other rod. I've gone on to a 14mm cork dust wafter OG fish, so hopefully this being a little bit bigger of a bait and being a bit of a dumbbell, hopefully that puts off some of the bream and I can finally get into a carp. So I mean, I am starting to learn, obviously when I do come back here I am going to have to, well, I'm not going to bother with sweet corn as my loose feed, that's for damn sure. Then also I'm probably going to have to look at 18mm baits or snowman rigs, or I don't know, double bottom baits, or I don't know, but I'm gonna have to definitely up the size of the baits just to get away from these breams. Right guys, so swapping over baits again, I'm going on to a whittled down 15mm pineapple pop-up by Parker Baits, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to spray it a little bit with the bait spray, get it out some lilies, and hopefully it is actually bigger than the 12mm, so I know I've whittled it down, but hopefully it still puts off the bream and we can get a carp. And for my other rod, I've put an orange pineapple pop-up. Was originally 15mm, but I've trimmed it down a little bit. So yeah, both obviously the yellow and orange pineapple flora pop-ups are on. They've obviously both been glugged as well. They've been in pineapple juice probably for about a month or so, so they'll be kicking out a lot of that. Also, I will spray them up a little bit just before I cast them out, but that'll be both my rods recast, so hopefully a carp's coming. I've probably got about another 3 hours left. It's currently about 1:30 at the moment. I'll probably stay until about 4 or 4. You will have noticed my rods have gone. I haven't packed them up. As I say, this is my first session on this Syndicate today, so I'm just trying to figure out the lake out as much as physically possible. So what I've done, boom, I've put my rods on this next peg for 2 major reasons. Firstly, this peg, it had just gone quiet. I was getting even the bream I was getting mostly through the night and first light this morning. So my first process for coming over to here, I can scan a lot more of this lake from here. Second thing, I want to know if it's deeper, if it's siltier. Also, I have seen, it might have just been the one carp, but 2 jumps of a carp just under this tree. So what I've done to edge my bets, I've put one of my rods at the end of these lilies in that channel there, kind of, and then my second rod is right at the end of these lilies, so it's in between that tree and them lilies. So if anything's coming from down here, it's going to come across my orange pineapple pop-up, and anything coming through this part of the lake is going to come hopefully across my yellow pineapple pop-up. So yeah, and like I say, it gives me 3 hours on this new swim, just to see if anything happens, and then at least when I come back I've got a bit more, what should I say, I've got a bit more knowledge of this side of the lake as well. Also guys, how epic does floater fishing across there with some dog biscuits or a bit of bread on this peg? Oof, deadly. Might have to give that a go next time as well. It hasn't happened. I'm going to be packing up in the next 10 minutes, so I thought I'd do a quick outro. Yeah, for any amount of reasons, just hasn't happened. I'm not sure if the carp on this Syndicate have spawned yet. The owner thinks they have, but I think I've seen I think I've been here now just over 20 hours. I think I've seen 3 carp jumping, and I've seen 2 going through this little channel here in front of me. That's it. I don't know if it's my tactics, but from speaking to quite a few people, because obviously the silt, obviously being on a helicopter set up on a spinner rig, you can't really go too far wrong with that, because it will present over silt. I'm not going on heavy leads either. I'm on 2 to 2.5 ounce leads, with rig foam as well, so being extra careful. But yeah, no, I just haven't had any liners either, so it's a bit of a mad one really. And then I've finished on, I think it was 4 bream in total. I don't think I filmed them all because he wants to see bream. And then I had that silly roach which was like that as well at the start. But yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is, because technically it's not a 24-hour session, I think I will try to get down here again probably in a week's time and either do a quick day session or do a quick overnighter. I might even go to a different swim further at the bottom of the lake and just see if that produces a carp for me. I want to see a carp out of this lake on this video, so I don't want to give up quite yet before going to somewhere else, because I've got a lot of venues and a lot of different fishing to do throughout this summer. So I want to get this, at least a good session on here, done before I go to somewhere else or before something else comes up. And don't forget, I've also got the Parker Baits Open Day, which I'll be going to as well, which is in Southampton at the Parker Baits headquarters. So information will be in the video for that as well. But yeah, if you do see me down there, say hi, I'll gladly have a chat with you. But yeah, right, as I say, I probably will come back, so hopefully you'll see me in a second and it'll be the second part of this video. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm back at the Syndicate. It's actually been 2 weeks since I was last here, so let's quickly dive into the video and hopefully get some carp this time. I've gone on for a snowman setup with a 15mm bottom bait and a 12mm white OG fish pop-up, and on my other rod I've put a 15mm whittled down white OG fruit and nut pop-up, so hopefully this deters some of the bream. From my previous video, I have actually come probably about 6 or 7 pegs up into the far corner this time. The left hand rod, which is currently just on the edge of these pads about here, is the snowman rig, which is on the OG fish 15mm bottom bait, 12mm pop-up. I had no 18mm on me, so I had to make do, but it does present, so it's fine. And then my right hand rod, which is the white OG fruit and nut white pop-up, is just on the groove here in these pads. So hopefully this goes off, one of these rods go off, and I can actually show you a carp. But I'll quickly pan this side of the lake because there is quite a good few features. These far reeds look pretty good, these far trees look pretty good. There's features everywhere, but I've had a quick plumb round just off these lily pads and they're not too silty. It's fairly, it's more like clay almost. It just hovers, so it must be hard silt, so it's not too bad. Absolutely gutted, guys. My right hand rod has just absolutely ripped off that was in them lily pads to my right and snapped me. Proper screaming run, hit it. It was on for a few seconds. I felt it felt like a good fish. Soon it was on my rod, after a couple of seconds, snap. So I was like, oh. So yeah, tying up a new leader, get me rig together. So absolutely devastated. So hopefully, I mean, it's promising that I've had a bite already off these pads, so hopefully I can get another one in a bit. All right, my mate Kian, who's literally 6 pegs down from me, he's just got back, and within an hour his rod's gone off after I've just lost that fish, resulting in this lovely little 13.5 pound scaly banger. So well done, mate. So my left hand rod that was on the snowman setup, the OG fish 15mm bottom bait and 12mm white OG fish pop-up has gone off, producing my first carp for my Syndicate, which is just about 13 pound. Put up a hell of a fight, and then this one also chucked me in the lily pads a few times. So yeah, I'm buzzing to get off the mark, so hopefully I can get a big grass carp or a big common or mirror soon. Yeah, getting this 13 pound common back in. There it goes. There's the very top of the lake, couple of sets more of lily pads. Here are the pads that I'm fishing. Then down at the bottom, there's the big island that I was fishing on the side of last time, and those other pads. Oh, I'm in. Right guys, unfortunately we lost that one. That was a rod on the left that was just off those lily pads. That was on the snowman setup, OG fish 15mm bottom bait and OG fish a 12mm white pop-up. Screamed off, as you would have heard at the end of the clip, and by the time I hit it, it just went solid. It was in the pads. Felt it for a little bit, but yeah, it must have just done me in the pads. Pulled back, snapped, one of them things. So yeah, that's that rod, my left hand rod and my right hand rod I've lost a fish on now, close to pads. But And before you say I am fishing with tight clutches, it's just one of them things. Like I say, unfortunately, I am fishing fluorocarbon, so I can't hammer it because it will break, kind of thing. It's not like braid where there's a bit of stretch, but yeah, one of them things, unfortunately. But hopefully we can get another carp before we finish today. It's been about 3 hours since I lost that fish, that one on the left hand rod behind me that was in the corner on them lily pads. Had nothing, had the odd like bleep, but I haven't had any takes or anything since then. As you can probably see from the sky, it's looking a bit grim, like it might start raining soon, so I thought I'd do a quick update to save me getting absolutely belted in rain. So yeah, scrap that. But yeah, also guys, if you do like these longer videos, give the video a like and drop us a comment in the comments below. That way I know I can start doing bigger sessions at other venues, or just do a couple of sessions and put them in one video. That way it saves me doing my normal 10, 15 or 20-minute videos at the max that I normally do. So yeah, just let us know and then we'll take it from there, guys. Also, 750 subscribers, we're very, very close. If you haven't already subscribed, smash that button. But yeah, the bait giveaway, what I'll do, I will do that at the end of this video, because I might have a few more carp in the next couple of hours, I might not. So I don't want to do it right now and then have loads more footage and then come back to it. So, but yeah, stay tuned. Hi guys, so I thought I'd go over the prize support for the 750 subscribers. We're only about 20 subscribers off that now, so we're very close. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and obviously share the channel to hopefully make us grow a lot faster. But yeah, what I'd do is I thought I'd do 3 separate prizes, just so it gives more people a chance of obviously winning. So first prize will be Parker Baits green beanie, a tub of pineapple flora pop-ups, a tub of OG fruit and nut white pop-ups in 12mm, and a tub of OG fish pop-ups in white 12mm again. So that'll be the first prize. The second prize, I thought I'd do a tub of each of the wafters, so OG fish and fruit and nut. They're both 14mm, so that'll be the second prize. And then for the third prize, only looks like one tub. However, what I've done is I filled it with the different various sizes and colouring. So for example, got the 14mm matcha hatch. Obviously got the 12mm matcha hatch with that. Then obviously we've got 14mm white, and then we got 12mm white, and I've done rammed a full tub. So obviously if you win that one, you've got a bit of colours and sizes to go at with that. But they're the 3 prizes. Again, all you need to do to be in a chance to win it, make sure you're a subscriber. It's not the bait giveaway video yet, but make sure you're a subscriber. And then when we do hit that target, obviously the next video, obviously I'll announce it and that'll be the prizes. However, I might be adding more prizes to the support, so stay tuned for it.